Hey there, private practice owners. Now, summer is right around the corner. And if you're like most, if you're like me, you might be wondering, well, what's going to happen in the summer and what should I do? Well, today I am going to talk about how to enjoy your summer and not worry that much about losing your revenue. And so my name is Adrienne Fuller. I am an SLP, a speech language pathologist, and a private practice owner for the last 13 years. That means I've had 13 summers to navigate this. And I've made every mistake in the book when it comes to summer. I've waited too late to start planning. I didn't anticipate any changes. So let's talk about some things you can do to make sure your summer is a good one. Now, first things first, I want to remind you that remember, in the world of private practice, it's you against you, and it's not really you against other practices. So don't compare yourself to other practices because every private practice is different. And so summer can be different for every private practice. I remember for us, after coming off a big high, a year of growth, like from the school year, I remember in summer it dipped all the way down and it was a little scary, right? Because you're like, how did we go from all this to nothing? And so, if you've been in business longer than a year or two, it's now you're beginning to see the pattern of the way your business works, right? And so, it's not you if your caseload dips. I'm here to remind you all businesses from Meta to the smallest mom and pop shop goes from they have what we call ebbs and flows. That means there's high points and low points. I think sometimes social media makes us think it should all be high, but every single small business has a point where they're doing amazing, but then there's those dips. So it's really great to track those dips so that you are prepared. So here's how you can start to track. You can start to ask yourself a couple of questions. Number one, what's the trend in my practice? Do I see a drop in revenue? So you might have a practice that's really moving and grooving in the school year, and then in the summer it drops. Or you could be a private practice that you're okay in the school year, but in the summer, that's when you shine. And so it's really important to know what your particular trend is and embrace that. And then another thing you can start to ask yourself is, do my therapists or do I, if you're the only therapist, cool too, do I want some time off? And then you also want to say, are there opportunities for me to make income a different way? Special groups, intensives, or summer camps. So let's talk about managing cash flow. So the thing is, with fewer sessions, your cash flow could get a little tricky. So here's how I want you to stay ahead. I want you to budget for the slowdown. The thing is, when we're high, some of us spend like we're high, right? Maybe you're coming off of a time that you're like, we weren't making any money. Now we're making lots or we're making a little bit more. If you're going to be slowing down in the summer, start to anticipate that. Even now, it's not too late. Start to save an extra $100 or $1,000 a month, whatever you can afford to put away. So then you're not, for lack of a better word, looking a little crazy at the slowdown of the cash flow. Okay. Another thing is start to think about like summer programs. Summer camps are great. Intensives are great. So you might be watching this video and say, what is an intensive? An intensive is when you just offer an intense period of time for therapy. So if you are an amazing articulation therapist and you're like, this summer I'm going to offer articulation intensives. So for all of the parents that want their child to get rid of that wacky R sound, I'm going to offer 5 sessions a week times 4 weeks for this amount of money. And that will be, it's kind of a win-win. Here's the thing. When you offer intensives, just be sure that you are very clear about how payment is made and what happens if sessions are missed on the patient's end or on your end. Because if someone is paying you for an intensive and then for whatever reason you have to cancel, you have to think that through. Are you going to add the sessions at the end? Are you going to ask if you want to do longer sessions? So just be prepared in case that comes up. Okay. And so another thing is camps. So the thing about a summer camp that is great is that you can do them based on themes. You can do them based on like a purpose, a reading camp, social skills camp, AAC camp, whatever it is. But I'm going to tell you this, and I say it out of love. If you are going to do a camp, your final preparations should be by the end of April. You can do whatever you want, but many parents are already, once you hit spring break, we are on the countdown to summer. So if you're going to offer something like that, awesome. Doesn't have to be perfect to be effective. Write it out, make what you need and who you're trying to target, and put it out to the people and have a great summer. But I'm in the past, I waited a long time to make the final decision about the camp. And then by the time I decided in May to do a camp in the summer, it was too late. People had already started or made their plans already. Okay. And so the next thing is you might want to start to think about adjusting your billing strategies, offering prepaid programs. Intensives are a good ones, or a summer package for kids that are in schools that don't get therapy in the summer. Your practice would be great for that. Okay. But remember, now's the time to promote whatever you're going to do. And just a side note, if you put something out there and no one gets it, the market told you what it wanted for now. And it's great information. So sometimes we put things out and no one signs up and we're like, man, that means I'm never meant to do it. It might just mean you're not meant to do it right now. All right. So also let's talk about staffing. So if you are the only therapist, you're a solo shop, start to consider, well, let me say this. If you're a solo shop or if you have therapists, consider condensing your schedule into a cluster, right? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we have therapy. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or we work Monday through Thursdays, Fridays off. If you're going to get a dip, then you should have a break. I can't say that enough. I know so many private practice owners that are like, oh, okay, I'll be open, Monday through Friday, and when no one's there, I'll get things done. But sometimes getting things done is secondary to you needing a break. And so if your why for starting your private practice was to get more time to travel or to spend more time with your family, condense that time. Hey, Tuesday, Thursdays, I do therapy every other day. Um, I'm hanging out with my kids. Do that. And if you're not don't have kids, I'm hanging out doing whatever. It's totally fine. You don't need a reason to take a break. Please always remember that. Okay. And so make sure you start to think about fluctuations. And I hear a lot of parents at the end of the school year say, yes, we want it. We want therapy and we're going to be here every day. But once summer hits, it's almost inevitable that things may change. So go ahead and anticipate fluctuations in your schedule. And like I said before, condensing your schedule so that you can get a break. All right. Now, I love camps. I love intensives. I love summer packages. But what I also love and preach all the time is clarity. And so a lot of times I see private practice owners, I've done it. You're kind of chasing the next thing, right? Everyone's getting on the summer camp wagon, so I'm going to do that. This year, the buzzword is intensives. And so everyone's trying to do that. But if you are not really clear about what you want your business to be or where you want to go for the next year or the next school year, the summer might be a really good time for you to start to get clear on that. Okay. I think clarity will always supersede and trump um, a camp or a special program because that clarity leads you upward. All right. And so let's talk about if you are not going to do any of those special things, you're going to continue doing what you're doing. Great. You can start to think about how you want your business to look in the upcoming months. So take the summer to plan. Like I like to plan a couple months, at least 3 months ahead. So now we're planning for what the summer's going to look like. Now we're also planning what the fall will look like. So in the summer, you want to start thinking about, hey, what do I want the fall to look like for my private practice? And so I guess I say all that to say summer can be just as magical for you as when it was when you were a kid. Remember when we were kids and we just couldn't wait for summer? And so consider working on your business, catching up on those admin tasks. This is a great time to switch over. Hey, if you've been meaning to switch over to an EMR, when your caseload is the lowest is the best time for that, right? Also, again, try to take, not try, take time off for yourself. You're no good to someone totally tired. So take some time off. Take that vacation, go to the beach, stay at home, clean out your closet. But do what you want to do because the time belongs to you. So I hope that this helps. I hope you feel more confident about the summer. At least get yourself pointed in the right direction. I would love to hear what your biggest summer challenge is. You can drop a comment below. If I can ever be of help, don't hesitate to reach out and contact us. And if you want more private practice tips, don't forget to subscribe, like. I would love that. Until next time, enjoy the rest of your school year. And until next time, have a good one. Bye.